The war was finally over. Across the galaxy, lights filled the sky. Ships stopped firing, worlds stopped burning, and ancient enemies shook hands. A great peace treaty was signed. Hundreds of alien species gathered in one place. Music played, banners floated, and voices spoke of hope. Humans stood among them. But they did not cheer. They did not smile. Other species noticed this. They whispered to each other. Why are humans so quiet? For most races, peace meant safety. It meant rest, trade, and a future without fear. But for humans, peace felt strange. Human commanders watched the celebration from behind glass walls. They studied ship movement, supply routes, and signal traffic. Nothing looked wrong, yet everything felt wrong. One human officer said softly, "This silence is too clean." Alien fleets began to return home. Weapons were powered down. Defense systems were placed in sleep mode. Humans did not do the same. Their ships stayed armed. Their soldiers stayed alert. An alien ambassador asked a human general, "Why do you still prepare for war?" The human did not answer right away. He looked at the stars and said, "Because peace has fooled us before." Long ago on Earth, humans learned a hard lesson. Every long peace was followed by a sudden disaster. Every calm moment hid danger. The galaxy believed peace was the end of the story. Humans believed peace was only a pause. Deep space scanners showed small movements near the edge of known space. Alien systems marked them as harmless. Human systems flagged them as unknown. When humans shared their concerns, the council laughed. They said humans were tired of war. They said humans did not know how to live without fighting. But humans remembered something others did not. War does not always announce itself. Sometimes it comes quietly. That night, as celebrations continued, human fleets moved into hidden positions. Backup plans were activated. No one noticed. No one cared. The galaxy slept peacefully. Humans did not. One final message was sent from a human command ship to Earth. Short and clear. Peace achieved. Danger possible. Remain ready. As stars shimmered and music echoed through alien capitals, a human soldier whispered a thought shared by all humans. Peace was not scary. What scared humans was what peace allowed enemies to do unnoticed. And somewhere in the dark, something was already moving. Peace spread fast across the galaxy. Trade ships replaced war fleets. Borders opened, and old enemies became neighbors. Alien worlds changed quickly. Cities removed shields. Military bases became museums. Humans did not change. Inside human stations, lights stayed bright all night. Soldiers trained harder than before. Pilots ran drills again and again. To outsiders, it looked strange. The war was over. Why were humans still preparing? An alien diplomat named Sereth visited a human outpost. He expected silence and rest. Instead, he heard alarms and commands. Human soldiers moved with speed and focus. No laughter, no celebration. Only work. Sereth asked a human captain, "Why do you train like war is tomorrow?" The captain answered calmly, "Because it might be." Sereth did not understand. Peace was signed. All major powers agreed. That night, Sereth watched human screens. Maps filled with numbers and moving lights. Patterns he could not read. Humans tracked supply ships, energy use, and signal delays. They searched for mistakes. For gaps. One human analyst paused and frowned. A supply route was late by 12 seconds. Too small for aliens to care. Humans cared. The delay repeated the next day. Then again. Always near the edge of known space. Sereth asked why this mattered. A human scientist replied. Small problems become big disasters. Elsewhere, alien leaders discussed humans. Some felt uneasy. Others felt annoyed. They do not trust us, one leader said. They want war again, said another. But humans wanted neither war nor control. They wanted answers. A human probe was sent quietly. No announcement, no request. It vanished. Aliens said it was a system failure. Humans did not agree. Human fleets adjusted positions slightly. Not enough to alarm the council. Enough to respond fast. Sereth began to feel fear. Not of humans, but of what humans were watching. He asked one final question. What do humans fear most? The answer was short. Silence that lasts too long. Far beyond the borders of peace. Something changed direction. Something learned it was being watched. And for the first time since the treaty, a human alarm turned red. The red alarm lasted only 3 seconds. Then it went silent again. On human stations, silence was never ignored. Every screen changed. Every officer moved. The vanished probe was not lost by accident. Humans knew this. They checked the data again and again. The probe did not break. It was taken. Alien systems saw nothing wrong. No energy spike. No weapon fire. Humans saw something else. A shadow in the data. A gap where information should exist. A human analyst spoke quietly. Something erased itself. The council was informed. Human leaders shared the evidence. Charts, signals, missing seconds of space. Alien leaders dismissed it. They said peace had enemies only in human minds. They said fear had not left humans yet. One alien leader smiled and said, "Peace does not lie." Humans did not smile back. Far from the council chambers, a human stealth ship followed the probe's last path. Moving slow, moving blind. Its sensors picked up something impossible. A fleet without signals. Ships designed to hide even from light. These ships were old. Built before the peace talks. Built for one purpose. War. The human captain recorded everything. Then sent one word back to command. Confirmed. Before the message finished sending, the stealth ship vanished. Back in human space. Screens went dark. Then came back red. Humans did not panic. They activated long-prepared plans. Plans written during peace celebrations. Alien worlds continued to celebrate. Music still played. Lights still glowed. They did not know peace had already been broken. Humans sent one final warning to the council. Longer than the last. Still ignored. Some alien leaders accused humans of fear tactics. Others accused them of planning control. One human general spoke calmly. "We are not accusing. We are informing." But peace had made the galaxy deaf. Deep in the dark between stars, the hidden fleet changed course. Not toward human space. Toward the peaceful worlds. The unarmed worlds. The ones that believed war was impossible. A human soldier watched the star map. His voice low. They are going to hit first. And for the first time since the treaty, humans accepted the truth. Peace was never real. It was only a cover. And the galaxy was about to learn why humans never stopped preparing. The first attack did not come with a warning. There was no message, no demand, no threat. One peaceful world went dark in a single moment. Its lights vanished. Its signals stopped. Alien leaders thought it was a system failure. Then another world went silent. Then another. Panic spread across the council. Screens filled with broken messages. Civilians screamed for help. The hidden enemy moved fast. Their ships struck from the dark. Weapons burned cities, ports, and space stations. Peace fleets tried to respond. But their ships were slow. Their weapons were weak. They were built to patrol, not to fight. Entire alien defenses collapsed in minutes. Commanders froze. Soldiers did not know what to do. On human stations, there was no confusion. Alarms sounded once, then stopped. Every human unit already knew their role. Fleets launched instantly. Weapons powered to full strength. Human ships moved with purpose. They did not rush blindly. They cut off enemy paths. For the first time, the hidden enemy met resistance. Human weapons hit hard and precise. Human shields absorbed the shock. An alien admiral watched the battle feed in disbelief. Humans were not reacting. They were executing a plan. A human commander spoke calmly during the chaos. Phase 1 complete. Alien ships followed human fleets for protection. Humans placed themselves between attackers and civilians. They took the first hits. Human pilots fought without fear. They had trained for this moment during peace. They had imagined this exact attack. As the battle spread, alien leaders finally understood the warning they ignored. Humans were never afraid of peace. They were afraid of being unprepared. One alien world was saved at the last second. Human ships arrived just as the enemy fired. Cities survived because humans arrived first. Across the galaxy, a pattern formed. Where humans fought, worlds survived. Where humans were absent, destruction followed. A council member whispered in horror. They knew. A human officer answered quietly. Yes. The hidden enemy began to retreat. Not because they were defeated, but because humans were stronger than expected. The silence of peace was gone, replaced by fire and truth. And as humans prepared for the next phase, the galaxy realized something terrifying and hopeful. Peace had failed, but humanity had not. The enemy believed humans were slowing down. Human ships were damaged. Human worlds were burning. The enemy was wrong. Humans were not slowing. They were learning. Every battle gave humans new data. Every loss changed their plans. Every mistake was corrected fast. Human commanders stopped fighting single battles. They started shaping the war. Human fleets pulled back on purpose, leaving paths open. The enemy followed. Those paths were traps. When the enemy moved forward, human ships appeared from hidden angles, striking supply lines instead of front lines. Enemy fleets began to starve. Fuel ran low. Weapons failed. Alien allies watched in shock. They had never seen war fought this way. Humans did not chase victory. They removed the enemy's ability to fight. Human engineers worked non-stop. They repaired ships while under attack. They upgraded shields during flight. On the ground, human soldiers trained alien units. Not with long speeches, but with action. Watch, they said. Then they moved. Alien soldiers learned to trust humans, to follow human signals, to fight as one force. The enemy tried to change tactics. They attacked human cities directly, hoping fear would break them. It did not. Human civilians evacuated in minutes. Plans tested for years now worked perfectly. Defense systems activated smoothly. The enemy lost surprise, lost speed, lost control. A massive battle formed near a dying star. The enemy gathered everything they had. Humans saw it coming days before. Human fleets arrived first. Not to fight, but to position. When the enemy attacked, they found humans waiting, calm and ready. The battle was brutal. Ships were destroyed on both sides. Lives were lost. But the outcome was clear. The enemy fleet broke apart. Their command structure collapsed. Alien leaders watched in silence. This was no lucky defense. This was mastery. A human admiral spoke quietly. They are finished. The enemy began to retreat everywhere. Not because they were weak, but because humans had taken control of the war itself. For the first time since the attacks began, hope returned to the galaxy. Not hope based on peace treaties, but hope based on human resolve. And the galaxy realized something important. Humans did not just survive war. They understood it. As the war spread again, alien worlds looked to humans for answers. They wanted to know why humans were ready while everyone else failed. In command halls and damaged cities, humans began to speak. Not with pride, but with honesty. A human officer stood before the council. His uniform was torn. His voice was calm. "We did not prepare because we love war," he said. "We prepared because peace never stayed." He told them about Earth. About long quiet years that ended in sudden pain. About promises broken and enemies hiding known smiles. Humans learned early that danger does not always shout. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it hides behind rules and smiles. Alien soldiers listened closely. Many were fighting for the first time. Many were afraid. They saw humans moving without panic. Helping civilians escape. Fixing defenses while under fire. A wounded alien asked a human medic, "Why do you keep going?" The medic answered while working, "Because stopping costs lives." On another world, human troops stood between enemy fire and a city. They did not retreat, even when ordered to fall back. They remembered old lessons. If the line breaks, people die. Alien commanders began copying human tactics. Human formations. Human emergency plans. They trained while fighting. Learning the hard way. One alien leader whispered to another, "Peace made us weak." The reply was quiet. Humans never allowed peace to make them forget. Human ships were damaged. Human cities burned. Yet humans did not slow down. They adapted. Changed plans. Improved weapons in real time. The hidden enemy expected fear and chaos. Instead, they met resistance that grew stronger each hour. A human general watched the star map and said, "They planned for peace. We planned for reality." By the end of the week, the galaxy had changed. Trust in peace was gone. Trust in humans was growing. Aliens no longer laughed at human caution. They asked for guidance. They asked for help. Humans did not say, "We told you so." They shared their plans. Their knowledge. Because humans did not fight to rule the galaxy. They fought so the galaxy could survive. And in that moment, as war burned across the stars, the galaxy understood the truth. Peace is a hope. Preparation is a duty. And humans had never forgotten their duty. The war did not end with a celebration. There were no bright banners or loud music. The enemy was gone. Broken fleets drifted in silence. Their leaders vanished into the dark. Across the galaxy, worlds counted the cost. Cities were damaged. Lives were lost. Humans counted too. They did not hide their grief. They did not look away. On every human world, Names were read aloud. Not as heroes, but as people. Alien worlds watched and listened. They had never honored the fallen like this. With quiet respect, the council gathered again. This time in silence. This time with humility. Alien leaders no longer stood above humans. They stood beside them. One alien elder spoke slowly. We believed peace meant safety. A human representative replied calmly. Peace means responsibility. A new agreement was written. Not just promises, but plans. Every world would train. Every fleet would prepare. Every warning would be taken seriously. Humans shared everything. Their strategies. Their mistakes. Their lessons. They did not ask for control. They did not demand power. They asked only one thing. Never ignore danger again. Alien children later learned about humans. Not as warmongers, but as guardians. Stories spread across stars. Of humans who stood in front of enemy fire. Of human ships that arrived first and left last. Peace returned slowly. Not blind. Not silent. Human fleets stayed ready. But weapons stayed cold. An alien diplomat once asked a human officer, "Do you still fear peace?" The human smiled gently. "No. We fear forgetting." As time passed, the galaxy grew stronger. Not because war ended, but because humans changed what peace meant. Peace was no longer sleep. Peace was watchfulness. And far beyond known space, where new threats would one day rise, the galaxy would not be caught unprepared again. Because humans were there. Watching. Learning. Ready. And that was the legacy of humanity. Not conquest. Not destruction. But the courage to protect peace. Even when peace felt wrong.